Memasuki usia keempat, BWORK Bali mengukuhkan diri sebagai pilihan utama bagi digital nomad, freelancer, dan pengusaha yang mencari keseimbangan antara produktivitas dan kualitas hidup di Bali. Dari tahun 2021, BWORK Bali telah memiliki lebih dari 8.500 member dari 65 negara, dengan 250 lebih member aktif setiap bulan. Sebagai bagian dari ekspansi di tahun 2025, BWORK Bali berencana meluncurkan dua proyek besar, yakni BLive dan BWORK Uluwatu.
Changes. So I left my job, I left my life in London, and I was looking for a job anywhere in the world. And I just so happened to find one that was in Bali. So that's what brought me to Bali. I didn't have a lot of expectation of what this place would be like. I didn't know how long I was going to stay. But 2.5 years later, I'm still here and really loving it.
Yeah. What did you do before? You were from London, you said?
Yeah, I'm from London. So I have spent my career in London in a very corporate background, so big fancy office job, but I realized that that wasn't making me happy and it wasn't aligned with how I wanted to live my life.
Yeah.
And so when I came to Bali, I was working for a very small startup, and I loved the ability to create my own rhythm and my own life and be around such like-minded people who are also doing the same.
Yeah.
And one of the things that has kept me here is I've been inspired by all the entrepreneurs that I've met, especially in BWORK, and I have now just started my own business. So it's a great place to be able to do that from too.
Yeah. What business are you creating now? What are you doing now?
I'm helping companies in the EU take action for nature, so it's in sustainability. I help them invest in forest protection. I help them invest in things like regenerative farming. So yeah, that's what I do.
Why did you choose Canggu? Or did you actually start here, or did you start somewhere else in Bali?
I started here. So the founder of the company I was working at, he's English, but he'd also come to Bali a few years ago. So I came to Canggu just to work with him. I quickly found my crowd and my friends. So one of my best friends in Bali, I met her from BWORK. But I have loved exploring other parts of the island too. So on the weekends, like love going to Uluwatu. I love the outdoors and hiking. So I quite often go to the mountains and stuff like that. Yeah.
And maybe you can tell us like how your day-to-day life look like. How does it look like, for example, on a normal Monday? What do you do?
A normal Monday? Good question. So I used to dread Mondays in my London life, but now I actually look forward to them. So for me, having structure in my day is super important.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many distractions and so much energy and hectic energy, especially in Canggu. It's important to have structure.
Yeah.
So BWORK is at the core of that structure actually. I usually wake up pretty early, do a little bit of a walk, a bit of movement, and then get to BWORK as quick as I can. So I'm on my bike at my favorite desk at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I then have a focused morning and afternoon, and around 2, 3 maybe in the afternoon when I'm getting a bit tired, I like to mix it up. I like to go and exercise and then go back to my home office and work from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, structure and routine is super important for me.
Yeah. And what is something missing when you were back home that you probably can't find here? Sorry, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. There's the obvious things like sun. So in England it's raining the whole time. It's the cliche, but it's so true. But really it's people that are unique here. So both the Balinese and Indonesian friends that I have, it's amazing to be able to meet people from different backgrounds and cultures, but also the other digital nomads who I've met, I think share quite a unique mindset of wanting to create their own lives. They have big ambitions. They're very entrepreneurial too. And for me, that mindset and that open mindset as well was missing from my friends.
Right. Do you also do wellness activities in Canggu?
Yeah, I love wellness activities.
Are we all?
I do like all of them.
Yeah.
I love sports. So paddle is something that I picked up since being in Bali. What other wellness things? I mean, there's so much to choose from here, right? I've tried it all, like the ice baths, the yoga, the more spiritual side, which I've never tapped into before from London, but things like breath work, I tried that once. I think you guys hosted an event here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love experimenting and trying everything that's on offer.
Yeah. And have you traveled around Southeast Asia as well? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Bali, I didn't realize that Indonesia is so huge.
Yeah.
It's so underrepresented on maps, right? But I think it's like the length of the US, so there's so much to explore.
It does.
But yeah, I've been to Java, been to Yogyakarta, and also outside of Indonesia too, so Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand.
Right.
Yeah.
I first came to Bali just before COVID started. I was working online. I was a digital nomad. I was selling technology. I wouldn't say I chose Bali in the beginning. I feel like Bali chose me. I kind of got stuck here. And then crazy journey started. So for a couple years I was working in sales, selling technology software online. And then eventually I started a business here. I started a kombucha business during COVID. I did that for a couple of years, and then at the same time I started a dog shelter. I was helping dogs during COVID, rescuing dogs. And then I would say, like, fast forward 3 years later, I did a yoga training, a yoga teacher training. And then after I completed my training, I just started practicing and teaching yoga every day, and then from there my life really started to change. It really started to become a lot better.
Yeah.
So eventually I actually let go of my kombucha business. I gave it to my local partner Sastra, because he was a real heart and soul of the company, and he really loved what he was doing. And by doing that, it actually opened up new opportunities for the things that I love to do, like teach yoga and the studio here in Bali. So yeah, it's been 5 years, and done a lot of different things here since I've been here, but now the focus is just teaching yoga and running the studio.
Actually, what the correlation about what Phil talked and Emily, in BWORK we create the environment that we hope people in here have the balance of living, like work and lifestyle, because it's like a keyword for us to make a boost. Like Phil said, kalau misalnya dia tuh merasa ketika yoga dia akhirnya punya mood yang baik, terus juga bisa lebih produktif dan sebagainya. Nah, tujuan dari BWORK hadir ini adalah salah satunya sebagai fasilitas untuk orang-orang di seluruh dunia yang kita punya, untuk nggak cuma punya meja kerja aja, tapi juga punya kehidupan yang baik dan juga keseimbangan dalam hidupnya kayak gitu. Nah, kita nyebut customer kita itu adalah community members. Lebih dari 60 nationality itu datang ke BWORK since 2021, dan dari 2021 itu kita udah punya lebih dari 8.500 member yang datang dan pergi, karena usually people not stay here for a longer, like the maximum is 3 months and they leave and they will back again to BWORK Bali. Nah, mungkin karena kita akhirnya berkomitmen terhadap itu, jadi member yang udah pergi jauh pasti akan balik lagi nih ke BWORK. That is what makes BWORK difference. We build the connection. Salah satunya dengan pendekatan komunitas tadi.